Well, blessed morning, friends, folks. It's March 12th, 2024. So, no further ado, let's dive right into the boatman's lesson. Let's see what God has relevant for us today as He drops His revelation upon our hearts. This is the key to favor. We are Proverbs 3-4. You will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. And we have a quote from William S. Plummer. Faith in God will always be crowned. Always be crowned. And who wears a crown? A king and a queen. So the King of Kings has the origin in word. God's promise of favor is a little suspicious to us. We know that many faithful servants who did not have a good name, at least in the eyes of their peers. Sometimes they were burned at the stake. Sometimes they were tarnished with false accusations. Sometimes they faced firing squads. In fact, Jesus assured his disciples they would be hated by many. How then can Solomon, if he is at all inspired by God, promise a good name to those who write love and faithfulness on their hearts? We do not read God's promises with enough faith or patience. We must first know that the promise of favor with God is immediate. He never withholds his affection from those who love him faithfully. It's the second part of this promise we struggle with. He promises favor in the sight of man. Can this be true? Yes. Yes, and we'll read it with eternity in view. Those who love God will have remarkable reputations in the kingdom. Men will know that God has favored his faithful ones. They may not know it now or even soon. They may not know it before they die, but they will eventually know it. God has promised. How about that? God bless favor from the Most High Priest. Indeed, the conclusion. We'll often get off track because we are determined to have a good reputation among our peers right now. Many a believer has compromised his or her faith because of a desire to be respected by other people more than by God. But love and faithfulness are selective. They cannot be directed toward God and toward our own present reputation at the same time. Compromise is deadly. We must be content, even thrilled, with the idea that God's favor is ours right now, and man's will come later, maybe even much later, when eternity is revealed to all. Hearts filled with love and faithfulness will not care. They will be patient. They will know the promise of the one they love. Man, that's great. That hits in a whole different kind of way. As my girl said, Daddy, that hits different. You know, we're usually talking about music. Here we're talking about favor of the Lord. And that talk about being hit different. Man, the Lord's favor will always draw you out of darkness, draw you out among others. Look at Daniel. Look at when Nebuchadnezzar, he took the Israelites. And then, you know, the famous, in Daniel, it talked about how he had men and they ate meat and drank wine. They had the king's favor, a man's favor, the favor of flesh. And they were fat guys, apparently out of shape, hurting around. But Daniel and his Israelite buddies, I believe was the same ones that went into the furnace, was it? Abednego, those guys, you know who I'm talking about. But those guys decided to eat clean, dedicated to the Lord. They didn't eat meat. They sure didn't drink no wine. Ain't gonna be no wino be in church. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah around. My spirit's in our heart. Just make them feel good because it ain't nothing but a gateway to hell. Just another one. But I'm joking around. Terrorizing used to be a wino back in the day. But they ate clean, and for that, their continence was pure. And Nebuchadnezzar moved them ahead of his own people, of his own Babylonian people, astrologers and all these other Miss Cleos and magicians. What good is that? Have dang, that guy that got ate by that tiger, you know, what good are they? Tell you what is good is a man or woman of God. Be blessed your own journey and keep that hope strong. Remember, hope is the anchor of the soul. And that favor from God is love that suffers long and endures everything. That favor from God will build your faith, build your foundation in His salvation.